some interviews. And the first interview I'm going to do is actually with Aaron Dale, who he opened a website called musiclives.ca. And it's actually a really well done website. So props to Aaron and all the people that are involved with that. And he's showcasing a few artists that are going to be coming through Guelph. The Dreadnoughts from British Columbia, the Lucky Ones from St. Catharines, the Matadors from London, Ontario, and the Decay from Guelph. So first two songs are Poutine by the Dreadnoughts and Drunken Holiday by the Lucky Ones. And we'll play a little an advertisement first, so here we go.
In a world where local musicians and artists are unrated, underappreciated, unnoticed, battered, abused, and swept under the rug.
Living show to show without secure benefits like medieval jesters.
Run with the kittens.
You're actually listening to it right now. I played a song for my hamster that just died.
Absolutely.
I lied.
Underplayed and underpaid.
Real local music.
Use what you have.
All the canned rock stuff. And the can't rock stuff too.
Chuck Wood around.
We won't get into that.
That's a good thing.
Mondays at 6 p.m.
What was special to me, really cool, amazing, it's incredible. Like, I need to rise up to this level.
Phenomenal.
Definitely incredible.
Probably the coolest.
Strong. You're a people-aholic.
Oh.
Wow, you're killing me.
I'll try not to swear.
CFRU 93.3.
Wow, the food was
Delicious.
had a smorgasbord of awesomeness.
It's not your regular breakfast sausage.
I also ate some cocktail wieners and drank some melon liqueur one morning very early on the tour bus.
I'm a rover, American, a peregrine eyes, 5'10". It was to be my final dance. I rambled over la belle Provence. Montreal, Rimouski, Repentigny, Chicoutimi. The light inside me is getting dim. God can't help the state I'm in. I met a man, his name was Joe. He said there's one place you got to go. Along the mighty Saguenay, we ended up at Chez Bébé, j'ai l'assassin, la Picardie, je l'ai compris. The light inside me is getting dim. God can't help the state I'm in. Poutine, 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 j'ai tellement faim. Poutine, 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 poutine. Poutine, poutine, c'est ça ou rien. Poutine, poutine. Morning sky, good morning sun. My prohibition has just begun. I pack it in, I take the vow. If I have friends, I need them now. But when the sun falls in the west, I'm in the arms of a perfect mess. My only weakness, my only sin. God can't help the state I'm in. Poutine, 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 j'ai tellement faim. Poutine, 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 c'est ça ou yeah. Poutine, poutine. Poutine, poutine, c'est ça ou rien. Poutine, 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 j'ai tellement faim. Poutine, poutine. sorry if you cross me. You better understand that you're alone. I don't like punk rock. I love it. No, I don't like punk rock. Oh no. I love it. Now don't you cramp my sound. Don't you queer on me pitch. Don't you walk through my words. 'Cause you ain't heard me out yet. So I headed back to the swimming pool. We're sipping pina coladas. I heard a dark voice beside me say, "Hey, would you like something hotter?" She said, "I got it if you want it. My product is the best, and if you try it, you'll like it and wallow in a drunken holiday." And that's when I said, "I don't like whiskey. I love it. No, I don't like whiskey. Oh no. I love it. Now don't you walk through my words unless you show some respect. Don't you walk through my words 'cause you ain't heard me out yet." And then we all sang, "We don't like drinking. We love it. We don't like punk rock. Oh no. We love it. We don't like whiskey. We love it. 'Cause it's a drunken holiday."
Well, this is Brian McNeil for 93.3 CFRU sitting with Aaron Dale in front of the hockey shop. How you doing, Aaron?
Not bad. Beautiful day.
Surely is. Downtown Guelph, well, although we're sitting in a little bit of a dust bin here on Old Carden Street in front of Guelph City Hall. And so can you tell me a little bit about your website?
Musiclives.ca. I found it as a music fan really, really frustrating to just not be able to jump online and find the shows or find the listings for shows that I might be interested in seeing. So, especially with us in a city where we have such a vibrant and colorful music scene, downtown Guelph, there wasn't one place that you could just go and find out what was happening where and how much it costs. And so it's just frustrating. So doing a little field research, I discovered that this was a service that a lot of venues wanted in the city, and a lot of music fans wanted. So I started from there.
Okay. How would you compare your website, which is going to be unfolding one Thursday?
I'm hoping for a Thursday launch. Yeah.
Okay. How would you compare it to guelphnightlife.ca?
I'm focusing more on the live music, the bands, that sort of deal. I'm also doing link backs to all the MySpaces. So if you're in town, playing in town, and someone comes to my page, they'll be able to link back to your page if you're a band. Maybe you'll get some new fans that way. As far as nightlife, when you leave people, I find with some of this, when it comes down to the information, a lot of people don't know whose job it is to post this information, whether it be the bands, the band managers, the record labels, the venues, the promoters. Mm-hmm. There's a big hole. Nobody seems to know whose job it is to do these. So with Guelph Nightlife, the Loop, a lot of those places, they're forms that you fill out, and there's no... what I'm trying to do is actually keep it, almost keep the personal attention to detail there, rather than sign in what province or what country, what province, what city, what venue. I'm trying to just you call me or email me with all your information, and I'll post it. That's, I think, the big difference. I'm actually physically doing it, and I'm a fan of it myself. So if my buddy's band's playing, I'm definitely going to put my buddy's band on there. You know. Sure. So anyway, I think that's how it's. I'm a person, and I'm out and about constantly, and I think that's a big difference between, I'm not just talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. I'm actually talking every day of the week in this town. If stuff's going on, let me know about it.
Right on. So Aaron Dale, what else do you do locally? Do you participate in any bars currently?
Well, I do host the Name That Tune at Jimmy Jazz every Wednesday night.
And how long have you been doing that?
A year and a half, I think. I've been big fan of Paul McLeod, who also plays at Jimmy Jazz every Monday, and
he's in the front page of the Echo this week.
Yep, yeah. It's been a while since he's had that privilege, but it's I don't know. Jimmy Jazz, Name That Tune, and where else do I go? Woolwich Arms always has some. They always have some really. Looking for the right word for. They get some really different kinds of music in and out of. I don't know if you've ever been, Brian, to the Woolwich Arms.
I was able to see Derek Hines there during Jazz Fest last year.
Okay.
But what other type of music do they play there?
They get folk and mandolin, banjos, bluegrass, pan flutes. Like, man, I don't know where they book their bands from, but they get quite a different, just different kinds of music in there that you really don't see a lot of downtown Guelph.
Right on. Do you perform music, or do you play any instruments yourself?
No. I was a singer, and I was a choir boy, raised Baptist, so I got that. I can do that. But as far as I've always been a music collector. I collect vinyl and local. I don't even know how many local CDs or indie CDs I have from bands coming through Guelph. I've lived here for 15 years, so I've been able to go to live shows all 15 years, and I've taken advantage of that. My CD collection is, every shirt I buy and every CD I buy, if I go to a show, I try to, because I know that money goes straight to the artists.
Right.
That, and sometimes the door doesn't go to the cover charge or whatever, doesn't go to them. Sometimes this, that. The music industry is a strange, cruel mistress sometimes, and I know that, and so I try to support I know that buying swag is the best way to give your bands money.
Agreed, and also having swag to provide fans when you come to shows is also a great thing to have. Have you ever seen poor interpersonal relationships between the band and the tech or the house technician? Have you ever seen anything where there's a disagreement and therefore the end of the night, the outcome of the show wasn't as well as it could be?
I wouldn't say I've been privy to that, to my knowledge, because when it comes down to it, at least the guys that I know do it, they're not going to let they can disagree all they want with how the band sets up and what they want to put on the stage, but the bottom line is, at the end of the night, did they sound good? And I think anyway, most of the guys I know that are sound techs are professional enough to get over any kind of disagreements that might happen earlier in the day during setup or whatever. Their reputation's on the line just as much as the band's are from some a point of view of someone who knows a little bit of how things work backstage. If the band sounds good, everyone's going to love that band. If the band doesn't sound good, well, nobody's going to like the band. But it comes down to the sound tech as well, and I think most of the sound techs I know are professional enough to have that courtesy when they're mixing the show to make it try to sound the best as possibly can.
Right on. So love your house tech young artists. So, all right, final question. Of all the places that you've had the luxury of traveling, I mean, if you're not necessarily a musician, but you do travel around a little bit, I'm sure. What's your favorite restaurant? And if you can remember an item off the menu, what's your favorite restaurant and menu item that comes to mind? You can take your time.
Wow, that's a really good question.
No rush, I can cut it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Sadly, it's not there anymore, but at one point, what is now McCabe's downtown was right on the corner of MacDonnell and Wyndham.
The Kaleidoscope?
It was Kaleidoscope.
Gator Pete's?
It was, it was McCabe's, and it was Gator Pete. Before that, it was Gator Pete's. Before that, it was Kaleidoscope, and before that, it was called Vaz. I can't remember.
Vaz, yeah.
I can't remember if it was when it was still called the Vaz or the or Kaleidoscope, but they had this bolognese with bacon or something in it, kind of sauce that was just fantastic. As soon as you had, can you remember a dish? I was just like, can't remember the dish, but it was some kind of pasta sauce with bacon and cheese. Like I think there was some Stilton and Saggio, and anyway, it was fantastic. And I was sad when it closed down. As far as locally now, I don't know. I'm usually kind of a fish and chips kind of guy. Mm-hmm. Good fish and chips is all I need. Maybe something good on the radio or a good live band.
Terrific. All right. Well, thank you very much, Aaron Dale. This has been Brian McNeil for 93.3 CFRU on the show Underpaid and Underplayed. I want to say thanks and come on out.
Thanks, everybody. Come out Wednesdays, wherever musiclives.ca, launching on Thursday, hopefully.
Yeah, all right.
Check the Twitter and the Facebook, or they're already up.
Terrific. All right. Thank you very much.
Jack stepped out, a man who couldn't believe his eyes. It was a 71 new for 30 feet long with things bending up the side. He said, hey, mister, that's a real big car, just how many gallons per mile? Said, I don't know, son, cause the game's done broke, just feel it when I'm feeling wild. But that truck's got 21 bodies in that back, so the man got a young man in my really smile. Yeah, he smiled.
clouds over me, and your eyes, they don't define my family. I could be better, I make mistakes. You know by now I'm 23. Out of bed, what to say? We're all assholes. We're all assholes. We're all assholes. We're all assholes. We're all
So, the last two songs there were Devil's Elbow Bridge by the Matadors. They hail from London. And the last song was called Winterlude by the Declay. And the album's called This Month's Rent. And those guys are from Guelph. So, check musiclives.ca. It's actually already launched. It launched this past Thursday as I did the interview nearly a week ago now. And everything's going smooth. It looks really good. You can get a lot of really cool information on musiclives.ca. So thank you very much, Aaron Dale, for giving me these 4 songs and doing the interview. And I did get a text. Thanks, Braden, for the text. He, his lady friend Kim, and Belchahontis are enjoying the sun, the show, and some drinks. So have one for me if you can handle it. Anyway, in other news, I have my best friend his wife is in labor right now, and they're going to be welcoming Emerson Edwards Carrero into the world very soon, I'm sure. So I just wanted to put that on the show so that it's kind of like a time mark. Anyway, moving on, as we're just nearing up, we're almost halfway through the show. I got to do a little bit of a promo and say, if you're an artist and you want to get featured on the radio on the show, please contact us. You can get a hold of me at briancfru@gmail.com. So that's BRYANCFRU, all one word, at gmail.com. Okay, so up next, we're going to have an interview and some songs with Social Recluse Corner. I almost messed that up, but Chad Cullen and Alan James, a couple buddies of mine, who I met them when they used to perform at the Fox and the Fiddle. Actually, that's where Braden and I met also. And great bunch of guys, incredible writing ability. It really surprises me. So let's dive into that. And here's the first song. Is going to be called "Face the Magic," and the second song is "I Told You So." So here we go.
Dream was face the music, face the music. Ooh. I'm dripping from the ceiling, flows down into a drain, and I'm keeping all my feelings until I'm getting paid. And I wonder as I throw these sparks into the bay, will I sink to the heights that we never should have made? I'm here to say I told you so. I'm here to say I told you so. Just plant the seeds and watch it grow. I'm dripping from the ceiling, flows down into my brain, and I'm keeping all my feelings until I'm getting paid. And I wonder as I throw these sparks into the bay, will I sink to the heights that we never should have made? I'm here to say I told you so. I'm here to say I told you so. Just plant them seeds and watch it grow. I'm dripping from the ceiling, flows down into a drain, and I'm keeping all my feelings until I'm getting paid. And I wonder, does she know, will I sink to those heights again when I will be there by your side? I'm here to say I told you so. I'm here to say I told you so. Just plant them seeds and watch it grow. I'm here to say I told you so. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 na.
So this is Brian McNeil for 93.3 CFRU University of Guelph Campus Radio, the show Underplayed and Underpaid with Braden Johnson, and I'm sitting with two members of Social Recluse Corner, Chad and Alan. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Hey man, good.
Good. So tell us about your band.
We're a rock band from Guelph, 4-piece, just drums, bass, guitar, vocals. We've been writing a lot of songs, and we have a bunch of original stuff. And we play a bunch of old covers, and that's pretty much where we're coming from.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Right on. Have you been gigging around town in Guelph?
Yeah, we've gigged a lot in Guelph, and I don't know. Lately, we haven't really been out and about. We've more been just writing at home and recording some stuff, and we're looking forward to getting back out there in front of the public, because Guelph is a good city musically. The past few years, it hasn't been so good, but it's just, I don't know, it's going to come back around.
So who does Social Recluse Corner consist of?
That's me, Alan James, Chad Cullen on vocals, Kevin Mack on bass, and Mike, what's Mike's last name?
Steenbakers. Mike Steenbakers is on drums.
Sorry, Mike.
Right on. Okay. So the music that you've been writing, is it? Would you say it's heavier classic rock, or is it grunge? What's your personal style instead of playing covers?
I always tell. Well, my take on it really is. Well, we have so many different influences. I mean, take a band like the Pixies. They sort of have the poppy side to them, but they're trashy at the same time. So there's a bit of the garagey, trashy type stuff, but
definitely melodic, trashy, melodic stuff. That sounds upbeat and poppy, but with morose lyrics. Kind of like the Smiths.
All right. So where you guys are both from out up north and out west, are you not?
Yellowknife.
Right on.
Both grew up there on the same street, actually. And funny story, first time I met Chad, he tried to, well, he did. He kicked the head off my snowman. And
yeah, I had no idea that Alan lived there, but I was having a bad day and kicked the head off his snowman, and his father came to my house and dragged me back by the arm and made me apologize. And little did we know that we'd be playing, I don't know, 15, 20 years later in a band together.
Yeah, we laugh about it all the time. It's pretty funny.
It goes deeper. He's trying to steal Star Wars toys.
So
we won't get into
it.
Okay. Is there a particular feel of music that is made out west that you could have brought over here with? Are you incorporating anything from back home into your music, or would you say that you're more East Coast style of music?
It's more your typical story of growing up in a small town. I mean, it's kind of a cliche, but in all honesty, like, when you grow up in a small place, like, really, you sort of gravitate towards people who sort of have the same interests as you, because there's not many. And really, that's how me and Chad gravitated towards each other.
Hence the name as well. Social.
Yeah, that's sort of the idea.
He basically just summed up where the name comes from.
It kind of summarizes that feeling of when you're in a place like that that's sort of isolated. And I mean, like, you hear the story all the time in rock and roll with Nirvana, all kinds of bands. It's always the same story. But it's true.
I couldn't really dictate a geographical region, like, say, like out west or out east. It's influences that we've developed over the years, and I don't know. We try to kind of amalgamate them all together into some fucking stew.
Yes. It's sort of a yin and yang thing. Like when I was 13, my favorite band was the Sex Pistols. When I first heard them, like, I absolutely loved that band. But Chad, at the same time, or probably around the same time, was into Neil Young and John Lennon. And so, for some reason, like, when we met, it's sort of like you sort of find a way to make these influences work. And
you're not supposed to.
Ever since our early 20s, we've been writing a lot together and sort of growing up together. And I guess, like, the music the audience will hear tonight that's a result of that. And we're very proud of it.
Good. Where have you guys played in town?
We played a few places. Back in the day, we played Molly's. We actually played the Arena, which is a weird place to play. But we played Fox and Fiddle. It's another place. It was more a restaurant. But
they were wonderful to us too. They pretty much hired us every weekend. That's back when it was in Quebec Mall.
Yeah.
And he was wonderful to us. And
they gave us a chance to cut our teeth as a band.
Yeah, and there were a lot of times when there was no one there, but it was like a paid rehearsal.
I'd go for a second.
You know, and so and people would show up and we'd run them over. And I mean, like even if you're playing the two people in the room, or sometimes the full room, which we also played too. Like Chad said, gives us a chance to cut our teeth as a band, develop as a band.
We played all of them. It's like we played. Like minor bars up in Yellowknife.
Up in Yellowknife, yeah, it's back when they were wearing nail polish.
Harley's Hard Rock Saloon would be one example.
That's kind of a funny story, yeah.
It's a place where, these people are salt of the earth, tough people. And we're coming in with nail polish and we're playing Oasis covers and our own originals.
That was during the whole Britpop thing. Like, wearing nail polish, it's how you sort of identify yourself in that crowd. And, I mean, like, we grew out of that, but it's funny, like, I wouldn't have the guts to do that now, like, wear nail polish and play a type bar.
Well, it's been done now. Back then it was like, I don't know, to us it was fresh back then, but...
That was back in Yellowknife.
Green Day does it now.
Right in. Who does the promotion for your band, or are you looking for a promoter?
We are taking phone calls right now if anybody's listening that wants to promote this band.
How did they get a hold of you?
Just call Brian, call the radio station. I'm hoping the phones light up, but yeah, I'm just being sarcastic, obviously.
So, Social Recluse, can I find you on the internet?
Absolutely, yeah. Chad will tell you that.
Yeah, we got a Reverb Nation site, so it's www.reverbnation.com/Social Recluse Corner, and there's also the Recluse Corner on Facebook, which you can check out, and it has links to the Reverb Nation site, which has all the music.
Okay,
and I think there's a MySpace site, but I'm sure that's a graveyard by now.
Well, hopefully they can get a hold of you somehow through Reverb Nation. I don't know if there's a messaging board on Reverb Nation, but hopefully somebody can get a hold of you guys and do some promotion, and so they want to play in town.
I'd like to say thanks for listening, and if people like what they hear, please, we always appreciate feedback. And let's
and there's another one where Jesus is
let's support each other as bands and stuff. I love you, I think that's important.
Yeah, golf. I don't want to go on about golf, but it's kind of lacking in their musical camaraderie.
Yeah, I think bands should support each other and stuff, and like I'd love to go out and see bands and meet people and stuff. And we don't really feel that yet, the camaraderie, but it'd be nice to meet other bands and hang out. And I think that's important in it, to sort of have that. I guess you call that a scene, but that we feel that it's sort of missing, I guess, and we hope it.
I wrote a song about about the scene in Guelph and just kind of where I was at with it. It's called Until I Lose My Pen. Maybe it might get played, I don't know.
Okay, well, you're going to give me 4 songs, and, this is Monday today that we're playing it, so here's a couple songs from Social Recluse Corner. This is Brian McNeil for 93.3 CFRU University of Guelph Campus Radio, Underpaid and Underplayed.
Yo, yo!
Thank you, Brian.
underneath the island, all the vultures circling round. In their bottles they will drown.
So that was Social Recluse Corner on CFRU 93.3, University of Guelph Campus Radio. The last two songs there were called Spinning Me Dizzy and Vultures. If you want to get a hold of these guys, you can find them, like they said, on social or ReverbNation.com, MySpace.com. You can look up Chad as Chad Cullen in Facebook, and you can make some bookings that way, or Alan James also. So thank you again, guys, for letting me come over and do the interview. It was real great to hang out with you guys, and the songs that you gave me are fantastic. So again, thank you very much. So we got a few minutes left. What I'm going to do now is give you a little bit of info on how to get a hold of me if you want to showcase yourself or your band on 93.3 on Monday's show, Underplayed and Underpaid. Get a hold of me by emailing me, bryancfru@gmail.com. Pretty straightforward. And I really hope to get musicians contacting me. Not one has contacted me yet. All these interviews that we've been doing is us going out to find musicians that are interested in being promoted. And I did receive one email, but it was from a scenographer for a play. So maybe we'll be able to get that done for next week. There's a gentleman named Joe Pagnan who's going to be running a play opening in Guelph, I believe, on June 7th. So listen in for that. some of the things that are going on is the Royal City Roller Girls are going to be back on June 10th, I believe. It should be at the Sleeman Center, but I'm not sure. If you want to get a hold of Royal City Roller Girls, it's such a fun show. It's www.royalcityrollergirls.com. That's all one word, no under spaces. And other things that are happening, we got CFRU and Northern Salsa Productions presents the 8th year anniversary party of Viojoteca. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's a radio show with DJ Guri Guri. Join us on June 10th, 2011 for the new CD release of Cache, or Cash. I'm never too sure on how to pronounce French words. One of Viojoteca's favorite bands. So that'll be at the Salsateria on June 10th. $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Other things up here on the board. Well, our dog is still missing. The Puggle, the 8-month-old Puggle named Diesel. He's orange fur with a white chest, black ears and snout. Last seen near the OVC on Gordon Street. If you happen to have any information about this, or if you perhaps work at the vet clinic and you know something has happened to this Puggle named Diesel, the person can be contacted at 647-984-4726. And if that's your phone number and you found your dog, you should come in and take this poster down. Otherwise, we'll just keep talking about it. And I wish I had a Mike Todd Trio CD so that I could play Rescue Me.